The chamber is open and full of whispers.
The alley behind Privet Drive, narrow, shadowed, lined with rubbish bins and broken fences. Dudley Dursley stands at the mouth of the alley, 11 years old, large for his age, broad shoulders, thick arms, heavy jaw, everything Vernon Dursley wanted in a son. Strong, aggressive, dominant. Behind him, Pierce Polkiss, Malcolm, Dennis, Gordon, the gang. 4 boys who follow Dudley's lead, who laugh at his jokes, who enforce his will. At the end of the alley, Harry Potter, thin, small, wearing Dudley's hand-me-down clothes that hang loose. Glasses taped at the bridge, hair sticking up in every direction, backed against a fence. Nowhere to run, Dudley steps forward, each footfall deliberate. The gang follows. A pack. Piers grins, that mean grin, all teeth and cruelty. Malcolm cracks his knuckles. Dennis kicks a can, it clatters against the fence near Harry's feet. Harry flinches. Dudley watches the flinch, feels the familiar satisfaction. Power. Control, the way Dad taught him. Big Dudley. Strong Dudley. In charge. Dudley stops 3 feet from Harry. Looks down, always looking down at Harry. Homework, maths. Due tomorrow, Harry's voice is quiet. I already did mine. Standard procedure. Harry's hands tremble. I can't. Mrs. Figg is expecting me. Pierce laughs. High-pitched, mocking. Mrs. Figg, the crazy cat lady. Malcolm joins in. What's she gonna do? Throw cats at us. The laughter spreads. Dudley doesn't laugh. He's calculating. How far to push? How much to take? The line between dominance and what? He doesn't finish the thought. Piers steps closer to Harry. Too close. Invading space. Breath on Harry's face. Maybe we should give you something to remember, so you don't forget next time. Piers' hand drops, reaches down, picks up something from the ground. Glass. A broken bottle, green, jagged, sharp. Piers holds it up. Light catches the edge. Wicked. Dangerous. This is different. This crosses a line Dudley didn't plan to cross. Bullying is one thing. Shoving. Name-calling. Intimidation. But this is something else. Piers raises the bottle, not threatening yet, just showing, making a point. What do you think, Dud? Should we leave a mark? Nothing permanent, just a reminder. Dudley's stomach twists. He looks at Harry. Really looks. Not at the target, at the person. Harry's face is white, eyes wide, terrified. Not just scared of getting hit, scared of getting cut, scared of blood, scared of pain that doesn't fade. Dudley remembers something. Aunt March. Last Christmas, drinking sherry, laughing. Boys will be boys, Vernon. Let Dudders have his fun, but don't let him scar the boy permanently. We don't want questions from nosy teachers. Everyone laughed, even Dudley laughed. But now, standing here, watching Piers with that bottle, the laughter feels wrong. The words feel wrong. Don't scar him permanently. Why was that the line? Why was permanent damage the only thing off limits? Piers steps closer. The bottle gleams. Harry's back presses against the fence. Can't retreat further. Trapped. Dudley's heart hammers. Not excitement. Something else. Something unfamiliar. Fear? No. Not fear of getting hurt. Fear of what's about to happen. Fear of watching it happen. Fear of being the reason it happens. Piers raises the bottle higher. Hold him, Dud. While Dudley becomes, what? What does that make him? Not a bully. Something worse. The thought crystallizes. Sharp, clear, undeniable. I'm about to watch someone hurt Harry, really hurt him, and I told them to. The realization breaks something, or wakes something. Dudley moves, not toward Harry, between Piers and Harry, his body blocking the path. Piers stops, confused. Dud, what are you? What? Put it down, Piers. But you said we should teach him. I said put it down. The shout echoes, bounces off brick walls. Piers stares. The bottle still raised. Processing. This isn't how it works. Dudley gives orders. They follow. Not the other way around. Piers's face twists, anger replacing confusion. You've gone soft. He lunges. Not at Harry, at Dudley. The bottle arcs down, aimed at Dudley's arm. A slash. A cut. Punishment for defiance. And Dudley's chest explodes with light, golden light. Pure, blinding, warm. It erupts from his sternum, spreads outward like a wave, forms a dome, a shield, translucent but visible, shimmering gold, like honey in sunlight. The bottle hits the shield. The impact sends a shockwave. Piers flies backward, not pushed, thrown. 6 feet, slams into a rubbish bin, metal crunches. Piers lands hard. Gasping, the bottle shatters on the ground. Glass everywhere. Malcolm backs away, eyes wide. Dennis runs, just turns and sprints. Gordon follows, footsteps pounding, disappearing around the corner. Piers scrambles up, bleeding from his elbow, staring at Dudley like he's a monster. What the hell? He doesn't finish. Runs. Limping. Gone. Silence. Dudley stands, the golden light fading, dissipating like smoke, his chest heaving. Not from exertion, from shock. He looks down at his hands, still faintly glowing. Gold residue on his skin. Warm. Tingling. He touches his chest. The warmth pulses. Alive. He turns. Harry is pressed against the fence, staring, mouth open, neither speaks. What is there to say? Footsteps, running. Vernon and Petunia Dursley round the corner. Vernon's face is purple. Rage already building. What in the name of... He sees the golden light, still faintly shimmering on Dudley's skin. Stops. Goes silent. Petunia's hand flies to her mouth. Her eyes lock on Dudley, not with horror, with recognition. Tears start immediately, streaming down her face. Silent, she takes a step forward, reaches out. Her hand trembles as it approaches Dudley's arm. She touches the golden residue, feels the warmth. Her breath catches, a sob. Small, broken. That's the color, her voice cracks. That's the color when Lily would practice at night. Vernon stares. Petunia, she ignores him, still touching Dudley's arm. Still crying. I'd watch from the stairs. When we were young, before Hogwarts, before everything changed, she'd practice in her room, and her wand would glow like honey in sunlight. She looks at Dudley's face, sees him, sees her son, sees her sister's magic. Vernon finds his voice, rage returning. No more of this freakishness. He grabs Dudley's other arm, tries to drag him away. We'll stamp it out, just like we should have stamped it out of the boy. We'll... Be quiet, Vernon. Final. Vernon freezes. In 20 years of marriage, Petunia has never used that tone. Never. She stands straight, tears still falling, but her jaw is set. Our son is magical. Petunia, we can't. My sister's son is magical. She looks at Harry, then back to Dudley. And I will not let them suffer as she did. Vernon deflates. The fight drains out of him. He's terrified, not of magic. Of Petunia. Petunia is the spine of this family, the core. And she's just chosen magic over normalcy, chosen the thing she spent decades pretending didn't exist. Vernon's hands drop. He looks at Dudley, at Harry, at his wife, and nods, once, stiffly, defeated. Harry watches this, stunned. He's never seen Aunt Petunia cry, never heard her say his mother's name without venom, never watched her defy Uncle Vernon. The world has tilted, and he doesn't understand why. Privet Drive, kitchen, 8:23 p.m. The kitchen table, 4 people sitting, Vernon at the head, silent, fuming, face still purple from shouting earlier, hands clenched on the table, white knuckles. Petunia to his right, composed now, eyes red from crying. But her spine is straight, jaw set, resolved. Dudley across from her, still shaken, still seeing the golden light when he closes his eyes. His hands rest on the table, palms up, expecting answers, expecting explanations. Harry at the far end, small, confused, waiting. He's never been invited to sit at the table, not for meals, not for conversation, never. But tonight is different. Petunia stands, leaves the room without a word. They hear her footsteps on the stairs, going up, then the creak of the attic ladder. Vernon's breathing is loud, harsh, angry, but silent. 5 minutes pass, footsteps descending, slower now. Burdened, Petunia returns, carrying a trunk, old, dusty, battered, corners reinforced with brass, lock tarnished green with age. She sets it on the table. The wood groans under the weight. Vernon flinches. Petunia, no, we agreed, we buried all that. Petunia ignores him, completely, as if he didn't speak. She looks at Dudley, your Aunt Lily's things, from before. From when she was like you, her voice catches. Just slightly, Dudley stares. What is that? Everything the Potters left behind. After that night, Dumbledore sent it to us, said we should keep it. For Harry, when he was old enough. She looks at Harry now. I was supposed to give this to you on your 11th birthday. I couldn't. I was too angry, too afraid. Her hands rest on the lid, trembling. But now, seeing Dudley, seeing that light, the same light Lily had, I can't keep hiding from it. She opens the trunk. The hinges creak. Dust rises. Inside, a wand. Broken in 2 pieces, the wood splintered where it snapped, but still humming. Faint vibration in the air, like a tuning fork that never stops. Residual magic, Lily's magic, still alive in the wood. Even after death, even after 11 years. Dudley leans forward. It's still magical. Petunia nods. Magic doesn't die when wizards do. It lingers, in objects, in places, in memories. Hands it to Harry. This was your mother's first wand, before Hogwarts gave her a new one, before she became powerful. This was when she was just learning, just discovering what she could do. Harry takes it. The wood is warm, impossibly warm, as if someone just held it. He closes his eyes, feels a pulse, his mother's heartbeat, preserved in wood and magic. Tears well up. He doesn't stop them. Beneath the wand, notebooks, 7 of them, bound in leather, pages yellowed with age. Petunia lifts one, opens it, shows them, looping handwriting, neat, precise, feminine, lumos, wand lighting charm, incantation, lumos, wand movement, single upward flick. Notes. Brightness varies with emotional state. Happy thoughts equals brighter light. Try thinking of Mum's treacle tart while casting. Doodles in the margins, stars, wands, little flourishes, a teenage girl's handwriting. Not a legend, not a saint, just Lily. Petunia turns pages, stops on one, her breath catches. Protego, shield charm, for when you need to protect someone you love. The shield is only as strong as your love. Pet, if you ever need protecting, I'll teach you this one, I promise. Petunia's finger traces the words, Pet, her nickname, written with love, not resentment, not pity. Love. She closes the notebook, hands it to Dudley. She wanted to protect me, even when I was cruel to her. Even when I called her a freak, she still loved me. Her voice breaks completely. Dudley takes the notebook, holds it carefully, like it might shatter. Petunia reaches deeper into the trunk, pulls out a photograph, black and white, moving, magical photograph. 2 girls, teenagers, maybe 15 and 16, one with long red hair cascading over her shoulders, bright green eyes, laughing, wand in hand, Lily. The other with blonde hair pulled back, wearing a sensible cardigan, a sad smile on her face, but genuine. Petunia, younger, happier, before the rift. Before Hogwarts changed everything. In the photo, Lily throws her arm around Petunia. Petunia leans in, sisters, close real. Harry reaches for it, hands shaking. Petunia gives it to him. This was taken the summer before her first year at Hogwarts. We were at the park. She'd just gotten her letter. She was so excited. She wanted me to come with her. Did you know that? Harry shakes his head, unable to speak. She wrote to the headmaster, Albus Dumbledore, a whole letter begging him to find a way for me to attend, even without magic, even just to visit on weekends. She sits, heavily, as if the weight of the memory is too much. She didn't want to leave me behind, didn't want magic to separate us. She wanted us to stay together, to share it, even the impossible parts. Uncomfortable, Petunia, she cuts him off, still not looking at him. They said no. Magic is for wizards, not for muggles, not for jealous older sisters who just wanted to be part of something special. Her hands clench. I was so angry at her. Angry that she was chosen and I wasn't. Angry that she got to go to a castle and learn spells while I went to a normal school and learned typing. She looks at Dudley. then at Harry. And when she died, I was angry that I'd wasted years being cruel when I could have just loved her, could have written letters, could have asked about her life, could have been a sister instead of a jealous stranger. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. Petunia reaches back into the trunk, pulls out a letter, envelope yellowed, seal broken, but carefully folded. Preserved. She wrote this 3 days before she died. I never opened it. Not until today. I was too afraid, too angry, too certain it would be full of accusations. Her voice drops to a whisper. I was wrong. She unfolds the letter, reads aloud, hands trembling. Dearest pet, if you're reading this, something's happened to me. Dumbledore warned us about Voldemort, about the danger, the prophecy, the target Harry's become. I need you to know something. If anything happens, please tell Harry I loved him. Every single day. Every single moment, he is the best thing James and I ever created. Tell him his father was brave and kind and made terrible jokes. Tell him I was terrified of spiders and burnt toast every morning. Tell him we were human, not perfect, just people who loved him more than anything. And pet. I never stopped loving you either. I was angry when you married Vernon. Angry that you chose someone who hated magic. Someone who looked at me like I was diseased. I said terrible things at your wedding, things I regret every day, but I understand now. You wanted safety, normalcy, a life without danger, a life where you controlled the outcome. I don't blame you. I hope you find happiness. I hope Vernon treats you well. I hope you have children who make you proud. I hope you remember the good times, before Hogwarts, before the divide, before I became something you couldn't understand. I hope you know that I forgive you. For everything, for the names you called me, for not coming to my wedding, for not meeting Harry. I forgive you, and I hope someday you can forgive me, for being born different, for leaving you behind, for having something you wanted but couldn't have. If I don't make it through this, if Voldemort finds us, if the protection fails, take care of Harry. Not because you have to, but because he's all that's left of me, and maybe, in taking care of him, you'll remember that I loved you. Even when you couldn't love me back, your sister, Lily, Petunia's voice breaks on the last word. She folds the letter carefully. Hands shaking so badly she can barely manage, places it back in the trunk. Silence. Harry's tears are falling openly now. Dudley's eyes are wet. Even Vernon looks away, uncomfortable with emotion. Petunia looks at both boys. You're both chosen now, both magical, Lily's magic running through both your veins. She reaches across the table, one hand on Harry's, one on Dudley's. And this time, no one goes alone, no one gets left behind, no one wastes years being cruel when they could be family. Dudley's voice is small, broken. I don't understand. I was awful to Harry. For years, I hurt him. I mocked him. I made his life hell because Dad told me to, because it made me feel big. He looks at his hands. Why would you want us to be together? Why would you forgive me? Because I was awful to Lily, and I don't get a second chance, but you do. She looks at Harry, sees Lily's eyes looking back. Your mother would have liked that, you two. Together, taking care of each other, being brothers instead of enemies. Harry's voice is barely a whisper. She would have liked you both. Together, add. Petunia nods. She would have. Private drive, staircase, 11:34 p.m. Dudley and Harry sit, side by side on the staircase, both holding pieces of Lily's past. Dudley has a notebook, the one about Protego, the shield charm, for protecting people you love. Harry has the photo. Lily and Petunia, sisters, before everything broke. Neither speaks, the weight of the evening too heavy for words. Dudley's hand rests on the step. Harry's beside it, their fingers almost touching, close, but not quite. Dudley looks at the notebook, at Lily's handwriting. The shield is only as strong as your love. He thinks about the alley, about the golden light, about stepping between Piers and Harry. Was that love? He doesn't know. Maybe. Maybe it was the beginning of something that could become love. His hand shifts, just an inch, brushes Harry's. Contact, brief, tentative. He doesn't pull away. Neither does Harry, for the first time in their lives. They're on the same side. The storm rages, wind howling, rain hammering the roof. The door explodes inward, wood splinters, hinges screaming. A figure fills the doorway, massive, 8 feet tall, 4 feet wide, shaggy hair and beard, eyes like black beetles. Rubeus Hagrid, keeper of keys and grounds at Hogwarts. He steps inside, brushing rain from his coat. Sees Vernon pointing a rifle with shaking hands. Hagrid snorts, bends the barrel into a knot, tosses it aside. Sees Petunia, recognizes her immediately. Petunia Evans, been a long time. Petunia stands straight, not cowering. It has. Hagrid's eyes scan the room, finds Harry, sitting in the corner, thin, afraid, hopeful. Harry Potter. Last saw ye when ye were a baby. Got your mother's eyes. Then his gaze shifts to Dudley, standing beside Harry, larger, broader, but with the same expression. Uncertain, waiting. Hagrid's brow furrows. Hang on. Dumbledore said there was one letter, one wizard. Why are there 2 of ye? Petunia steps forward. Because my son is magical too. Hagrid's eyes widen. Petunia Evans had a magical boy. He looks between them. Harry and Dudley. 2 cousins. Both magical. Blimey, Dumbledore didn't mention, but I suppose it makes sense. Evans' blood runs deep. It does. Vernon finds his voice. Desperate. Angry. You're not taking my son to that freak school. Slowly, his voice gentle but firm. Mr. Dursley, I've seen what happens to young wizards who don't get trained. Their magic festers, turns inward. Seen a boy blow up his whole house 'cause no one taught him control. He looks at Dudley. You want that for Dudley? If we stop him, we're no better than the people who stopped me. And I won't. I won't become that. Vernon crumbles. The fight leaves him. He nods once. Stiffly. Turns away. Hagrid reaches into his coat. Pulls out 2 letters. Yellowed parchment, sealed with purple wax. A coat of arms, lion, eagle, badger, snake. Surrounding a large H, he hands one to Harry, one to Dudley. Harry's hands shake as he opens his. Reads aloud, voice trembling with wonder. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Headmaster, Albus Dumbledore. Dear Mr. Potter, we are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted. He trails off, reading silently, eyes wide, drinking in every word. Dudley opens his, same header, same acceptance, but his hands tremble for different reasons. What if I'm rubbish at it? His voice cracks. What if I can't do magic like a proper wizard? Harry looks up, meets Dudley's eyes, for the first time offers kindness. Then we'll be rubbish together. The words land simple, true. Dudley nods, slowly, and for the first time feels the weight of being seen. Not as a bully, not as Vernon's pride, as a person, uncertain, afraid, trying. July 31st, 1991, Diagon Alley, 9:47 a.m. The leaky cauldron, dark, dingy, smelling of cabbage and old wood. Hagrid leads them through, Harry and Dudley following, both staring, eyes wide. A wizard in the corner tips his hat. Hagrid, good to see you. A witch reading the Daily Prophet glances up, does a double take. Is that Harry Potter? The room goes silent. Every head turns, staring at Harry, at the scar on his forehead. Harry shrinks, uncomfortable. Dudley steps closer, not protecting, just present. Hagrid hurries them through. To the back courtyard, brick wall, solid. Unbroken, Hagrid taps his umbrella against specific bricks. 3 up, 2 across. The wall shimmers. Bricks slide apart, revealing Diagon Alley. Dudley's breath catches. Buildings lean at impossible angles. Shops with windows displaying broomsticks, cauldrons, wands, robes. Owls hooting from a store called Elop's Owl Emporium. People in pointed hats and flowing robes. Moving, shopping, living. All of it real. All of it impossible. All of it magic. This is Harry. This is real. This is all real. Harry grins, first genuine smile Dudley's ever seen. Yeah, Dud, it is. Dud, not Dudley. A nickname. Familiar. Friendly. The distance between them shortens. Just a little. Gringotts Wizarding Bank, 10:15 a.m., white marble, towering columns, bronze doors, goblins in scarlet uniforms, examining jewels, weighing gold, sharp faces, Sharp eyes, sharper intelligence. Hagrid approaches the nearest goblin. Harry Potter needs to make a withdrawal. The goblin's eyes flick to Harry. Assessing. Key. Hagrid produces a small golden key. The goblin nods, snaps his fingers. Another goblin appears. Grifhook will take you to the vaults. They descend. Rattling cart. Plunging deeper. Deeper into the earth. Past stalactites made of crystals. Past underground lakes reflecting impossible light. Past a dragon. Chained. Massive. Breathing slowly in the darkness. Dudley stares. His cynicism. His certainty that the world is small and predictable and boring. Shatters. There are dragons. There are actual dragons. Harry grins wider. The cart stops. Vault 687. Inside, mountains of gold, galleons, sickles, knutes. Piled high, Harry stares. This is mine, Hagrid nods. Your parents left ye well provided for. Harry fills a bag, hands shaking. He's never had money before, never had anything that was truly his. And now, gold? So much gold he can't count it. Dudley watches, silent, thinking. Harry has fame, magic, money, but also dead parents, a scar from a murderer, a childhood in a cupboard, the jealousy Dudley always felt. Fades, just a little. Ollivanders, 11:42 a.m., the wand shop, narrow, dusty, smelling of old wood and older magic, thousands of boxes stacked to the ceiling. A man emerges from the shadows, pale, wide silver eyes. Ollivander. Ah, Mr. Potter, I've been expecting you. His gaze shifts. And, Mr. Dursley, how curious, Petunia Evans's son. I did not expect, but then, magic is full of surprises. Harry's fitting takes minutes. Holly and phoenix feather. 11 inches, the wand hums in his hand. Red and gold sparks. Perfect match. Ollivander smiles. Curious. Very curious. Then turns to Dudley, begins pulling boxes. Holly, sparks violently rejected. Yew, smoke, rejected. Oak, nothing, rejected. Box after box. Failure after failure. Ollivander's expression grows intrigued. Difficult, very difficult. He disappears into the back, returns with a dusty box, covered in cobwebs, opens it carefully, inside, a wand. Dark wood, almost black, 12 inches, unyielding. Ollivander hands it to Dudley. The moment it touches his palm, warmth, faint, reluctant, but present. A golden glow, subtle, the shop goes quiet. Ollivander's eyes widen. Blackthorn and dragon heartstring. 12 inches, unyielding. He looks at Dudley. Really looks. Curious, this wand has been waiting for 70 years. Blackthorn is not a kind wand, boy. It will test you. It will demand you prove yourself worthy every single day. He leans closer. But if you endure, if you survive its trials, you will wield a magic that bends, but never breaks. Dudley grips the wand. It feels heavy, not in weight, in expectation, in promise, in challenge. Madame Malkin's robes, 12:38 p.m., the robe shop, a squat witch with a kind smile, measuring Dudley, her tape measure floating, wrapping around his chest, arms, waist. She pauses. My word, you're a sturdy lad. Built like a young beater, you are. Ever consider Quidditch? Dudley blinks. I don't know how to play. Subtle. In the Muggle world, big fat Dudley. Vernon's pride, Harry's tormentor. In the magical world, sturdy lad, potential athlete, neutral. Even positive, Dudley feels something unfamiliar. Hope. Diagon Alley, 2:15 p.m., shopping complete. They walk back toward the leaky cauldron. Wizards keep stopping Harry, the boy who lived, shaking his hand, touching his scar, treating him like a celebrity. A zoo animal. Harry's smile fades, discomfort growing. An older wizard with a camera, pushy, loud. Just a quick photo, Mr. Potter, for the prophet. He reaches for Harry's fringe, to lift it, to expose the scar. Dudley steps between them. He's not a zoo animal. Back off. The wizard stammers. I know what you wanted. He said no. The wizard retreats. Muttering, Harry stares at Dudley. Shocked. You didn't have to. Yeah, I did. That was creepy. It's not a grand gesture, not redemption, just decency. But it's a start. Privet Drive, 9:53 p.m. Dudley's room. Harry's been moved from the cupboard to the guest room, but tonight they sit together, in Dudley's room, both holding their wands, experimenting, swishing, flicking. Trying to make something happen, Dudley's wand sparks feebly, weak, reluctant. Harry's produces a small shower of golden sparks, pretty, harmless. Easy, Dudley mutters. You're better at it already, Harry counters. You saved me from those bullies. I'd say that's better than sparks. Silence, then. For the first time, they smile at each other, tentatively, awkwardly, but real. Platform 9 3/4, hidden between platforms 9 and 10. Accessed by running at a brick barrier. Magic. The Hogwarts Express waits. Scarlet steam engine. Gleaming. Families saying goodbye. Owls hooting. Trunks being loaded. Harry and Dudley stand together, both nervous, both trying not to show it. Petunia kneels, eye level with both boys. You take care of each other. Not a request, a command. Vernon stands apart, still uncomfortable, still uncertain, but present. He nods once at Dudley, stiff, formal, but a nod. The boys board. Hogwarts Express, 11:02 a.m., the corridor, narrow, crowded, students laughing, shouting, reuniting. Harry and Dudley search for a compartment. Most are full. They pass one. Inside, a boy with red hair and freckles. Ron Weasley, eating a sandwich, alone. He glances up, sees Harry, eyes widen. Are you really? Harry keeps walking, uncomfortable with the attention. Dudley follows. They find an empty compartment, almost empty. A girl sits by the window, 11 years old, bushy brown hair, reading Hogwarts a History. Hermione Granger. She's been condescended to by big boys before. Dudley enters first, sits heavily. The bench creaks. Mind if we sit? Everywhere else is full. Hermione nods, eyes narrowing, watching, waiting. Harry sits beside Dudley, opens his mouth to introduce himself. Hermione beats him to it. You're Harry Potter. Not a question. A statement. Harry nods. And you? She looks at Dudley. Dudley hesitates. Dudley Dursley. Recognition flickers. Dudley Dursley. Recognition flickers. Dursley. Like, you're related? Cousins. Hermione's eyes sharpen. Curiosity replacing wariness. I didn't know Harry Potter had a magical cousin. That's not in any of the books. Neither did I until 2 months ago. Hermione pulls out a notebook, writes something. Harry and Dudley exchange glances. This girl is intense. Hogwarts Express, corridor, 1:34 p.m., a compartment down the hall. Shouting, laughter, cruel laughter. Harry stands. I'll check it out. Dudley follows. They reach the compartment. Inside, Draco Malfoy, pale, pointed face, slicked back blonde hair, holding a toad, dangling it by one leg. A round-faced boy with tears in his eyes. Neville Longbottom. Please, give Trevor back. Draco sneers. What's a pathetic creature like this doing at Hogwarts? Should have left it in the pond where it belongs. Crab and Goyle. Thick-necked, dull-eyed, muscle. Harry freezes. His people-pleasing instinct. Learned from years of keeping his head down. Don't make waves. Don't draw attention. Dudley doesn't freeze. He's used to confrontation. He steps into the compartment. Give the toad back. Draco turns. Looks Dudley up and down. Dismissive. And what are you going to do about it, you oaf? I'm going to ask nicely one more time. Then I'm going to make you give it back. Draco laughs. Opens the window. Holds Trevor outside. Wind rushing past. Countryside blurring. Catch. He lets go. Trevor falls. Neville screams. Dudley's hand jerks up. Instinct. Pure instinct. No wand. No incantation. Just save it. Save him. Shield him. Golden light erupts from his palm. Forms a disc. Invisible to most, but Harry sees the shimmer. The disc catches Trevor mid-air. Gently lowers the toad back through the window. Into Neville's trembling hands. The compartment goes silent. Draco's sneer falters. Crab and Goyle take a step back. Wandless magic. From a first year. Impossible. Draco recovers. Tries to save face. You'll regret that, mudblood lover. Hatred, superiority, venom. I don't even know what that word means, but from the way you said it, I'm guessing you're the one who should be ashamed. He turns, walks out. Harry follows. Neville whispers, "Thank you." Dudley doesn't respond, just keeps walking. Compartment, 2:10 p.m., back with Hermione. She's staring at Dudley, differently now. That was impressive. Wandless magic is advanced. Most wizards can't do it until 7th year, if at all. It just happened. Emotion-driven magic often does, but most wizards can't channel it so precisely. You might have a talent for protective spells. Hermione closes her book. I've been thinking. I'm going to master every spell possible, through study and preparation, memorization and practice. Harry admits, I know almost nothing about the wizarding world. Dudley adds, I'm terrified of falling behind. Hermione's eyes light up, problem-solving mode. Then we help each other. I'll teach you theory. You teach me practical application. Deal? She extends her hand. Harry shakes it. Then Dudley. The trio of outcasts is born. Harry, the famous boy who wants to be normal. Dudley, the bully trying to become decent. Hermione, the Muggle-born genius desperate to prove herself. 3 outsiders, choosing each other. The great hall, vast, magnificent, impossible. Ceiling enchanted to reflect the night sky. Candles floating, 4 long tables. Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, students watching, hundreds of faces. All eyes on the first years. Professor McGonagall stands at the front, stern, tall, wearing emerald robes. A stool, a hat, the sorting hat old, patched, singing. Its song finishes, the sorting begins. Names called alphabetically. Abbott, Hannah. More applause. Granger, Hermione. Hermione walks forward, confident stride. Sits, the hat barely touches her head. Gryffindor, she beams. Joins the red and gold table. More names. Longbottom Neville, the hat deliberates. Long pause. Gryffindor, Neville stumbles to the table. Relieved. Malfoy, Draco, the hat doesn't even touch his head. S.L.Y. Theron, joins the green and silver table. Crabbe and Goyle follow minutes later. Then, Potter, Harry. Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Harry walks forward, face burning, everyone staring. He sits. The hat settles on his head, speaks in his mind. Difficult. Plenty of courage, I see, and a mind that sees value in cunning. Harry's thoughts scream, not Slytherin. Please, are you certain? You have the ambition. The cleverness, you could do great things in Slytherin, I'm certain. I want to be brave, not clever. I want to be good. Ah, a choice. Very well. Gryffindor. Cheering, stamping, Harry joins them. Sits beside Hermione, still shaking. More names, then Dursley, Dudley, 2, 3, 4, a hat stall. The hall grows restless, whispers spreading. Inside Dudley's mind, the hat speaks. Difficult, very difficult. Courage, yes, but born of fear, not righteousness. You stood between your cousin and danger, but was it bravery or guilt? Dudley doesn't answer. Ambition, but directed inward, not outward. You seek to become better, not to achieve greatness, just to be decent. Is that so wrong? No, it's admirable, rare even. Most ambitious wizards want power. You want forgiveness. Can I have it? That depends on you, not on the house. Not on me, on your choices. Silence. Then, loyalty. Ah, yes. Loyalty you have not yet discovered in yourself, but it runs deeper than you know. You seek redemption, boy. You seek to prove you are more than your worst impulses. And that, young Dursley, is the very essence of Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff, the Hufflepuff table applauds. Polite, welcoming, Dudley walks over, feeling both relieved and disappointed. He glances at the Gryffindor table, at Harry. Separated, different houses, a distance forming. He sits. A 6th-year prefect smiles. Welcome to Hufflepuff. We're glad to have you. Hufflepuff Common Room, 10:47 p.m. Low ceilings. Round doorway, yellow and black banners. Cozy, warm, safe. Plants everywhere, growing from pots, hanging from beams. Dudley sits in a corner, watching the other Hufflepuffs. They're nice. Too nice, like they're performing kindness instead of living it. Or maybe he's just not used to genuine warmth. The 6th-year prefect approaches. First time away from home? Dudley nods. First time trying to be someone different? The prefect smiles. Understanding? Well, Hufflepuff's the right place for that. We don't care who you were. We care who you're trying to become. The words land, settle. Dudley looks at his wand. Blackthorn. Waiting for him to prove himself. He grips it, feels the weight, the challenge, whispers, "I'll try." Hogwarts, 7th floor, 11:58 p.m. Harry can't sleep. Gryffindor Tower is too loud. Too many voices. Too much attention. He slips out, wandering, breaking rules on his first night. Of course, he finds Dudley, also wandering, also unable to sleep. They stop, face each other in the corridor. Couldn't sleep either. Dudley shakes his head. Too quiet. I'm used to hearing you breathing across the room. They walk together, side by side, talking about their fears, about the houses, about tomorrow. They pass a blank stretch of wall, both thinking, desperately. I need a place where we can practice together. A door appears, just appears. Carved wood, brass handle. They stare. Harry reaches for the handle, opens it. Inside, a training space, mats on the floor, practice dummies along the walls, shelves of books, spell theory, defense, practical magic, everything they need. Dudley steps inside, looks around. This place, it's like it knew what we needed. Then we use it, every night if we can. Deal. They meet, 3 times a week, in the room of requirement, Harry teaching Dudley defensive spells. Using Hermione's notes, Protego, Expelliarmus, Petrificus Totalis, Dudley teaching Harry Muggle boxing, footwork, guard position, how to take a hit, both learning endurance, running laps, physical conditioning, building magical stamina. Dudley speaks during a water break. You know what I've realized? Magic isn't about being strong. It's about being ready. Harry wipes sweat from his forehead. Ready for what? For when everything goes wrong, and from what I've read about Voldemort, everything's going to go wrong eventually. Harry nods. Slowly, then we'd better be ready. They return to training. 2 cousins, 2 houses, 1 purpose, preparing for the day when being ready matters. The Great Hall, decorated for Halloween, floating jack-o'-lanterns, live bats swooping between the enchanted candles, tables laden with food, roast chicken, potatoes, pumpkin pie, students laughing, talking. Celebrating Harry sits at the Gryffindor table between Ron Weasley and Dean Thomas, comfortable, part of the group. Dudley sits at Hufflepuff, beside Hannah Abbott and Ernie Macmillan. Quieter, less integrated, still finding his place. He looks across at the Gryffindor table, at Harry, catches his eye. Harry grins, nods, a connection, even across the room, even in different houses. The doors burst open. Professor Quirrell, sprinting, turban askew, face white with terror. Troll, troll in the dungeons. He reaches the staff table, collapses against it, gasping. Thought you ought to know. Faints, chaos, students screaming, jumping up, panic spreading like wildfire. Dumbledore rises, wand raised. Purple sparks explode from the tip. Bang, silence, instant, total. Prefects, lead your houses back to the dormitories immediately. Organized but tense. Harry stands with the Gryffindors, Dudley with the Hufflepuffs. Then Harry freezes, grabs Ron's arm. Hermione. She doesn't know she's been in the bathroom all day crying. So she doesn't know about the troll. Harry turns, sprints against the flow of students, toward the bathrooms. Dudley sees him go, doesn't hesitate, breaks from the Hufflepuff line, follows. Running. First floor, girls' bathroom, 6:52 p.m. The bathroom, old, stone walls, cracked mirrors, water dripping from broken pipes. Hermione Granger sits in a stall, crying. Ron had mocked her earlier in Charms class, called her an insufferable know-it-all. She's been hiding ever since. The door crashes open. Not Harry, not Dudley, something else. Massive footsteps, hud, thud, THRAIRA. Raimi looks up, peers through the crack in the stall door, sees it, A mountain troll, 12 feet tall, gray skin like stone, bald head covered in warts, small eyes, dull, stupid, violent. Dragging a wooden club, massive, studded with iron, it sniffs, smells her, turns, shambles toward the stalls. Hermione's scream pierces the air, high. Terrified, the troll raises its club, brings it down, smash. The stall explodes. Wood splinters everywhere. Hermione scrambles out. Pressed against the wall, nowhere to run, the troll looms. Raises the club again. The bathroom door slams open. Harry and Dudley burst through, both wands out. Both breathing hard from running. They see the troll, see Hermione, see the club raised. Harry acts first, raises his wand, Wingardium Leviosa, the levitation charm, trying to lift the club, make it too heavy to swing. But it's too massive, too solid. The spell fails. The club doesn't budge. The troll swings down. At Hermione, she screams. Dudley doesn't cast, doesn't reach for his wand, reaches for the troll. Charges, full sprint. Silent Protego cast on himself, no incantation. Pure instinct. Golden shield coats his skin, invisible armor. Shimmering, he slams into the troll's leg. Full body weight, 200 pounds of muscle and momentum, enhanced by magic. The impact sounds like a thunderclap. Boom! The troll stumbles, massive leg buckling. Doesn't fall. Too heavy, too strong. But it drops the club, wood clattering on stone. Hermione scrambles away, out of reach, safe. For now, the troll roars, furious, swings a fist, massive, gray, like a boulder, at Dudley. Dudley doesn't dodge. Plants his feet, raises his shield-coated fists, meets the troll's hand mid-swing. Punches, fist against palm, shield-enhanced strike. The collision creates a shockwave. Tiles crack beneath Dudley's feet. The floor spiderwebs with fractures. Windows rattle. The troll's arm rebounds. Knocked back by the force, the troll stares. Confused. This has never happened before. Small things don't push back. Small things break. Harry stands frozen, wand raised but useless. This isn't how wizards fight. This is boxing. Street fighting, Muggle combat, but it's working. Hermione recovers, mind racing, tactical. Harry, the eyes, blind it. Harry snaps to attention. Right, magic, he casts. Conjunctivitis, the curse hits. Both troll eyes, red light, the troll roars, claws at its face. Blinded, swinging wildly. Dudley sees the opening, steps in. Not away, closer, right under the troll's chin. Plants his back foot, rotates his hips. Everything he learned from boxing. Weight transfer, power generation. Delivers an uppercut. Shield enhanced, golden light flaring. Fist connects with the troll's jaw. Crack. The troll's head snaps back. Eyes roll, knees buckle. It collapses. 12 feet of muscle and stone. Crashing down. Unconscious, defeated. Silence. Hermione stares. Harry stares. Dudley stands over the troll, breathing hard. Knuckles bleeding. Body still faintly glowing gold. Footsteps. Running. The bathroom door bursts open. Professor McGonagall. Professor Snape. Professor Quirrell. All wands drawn. Expecting carnage. They see a mountain troll unconscious. Hermione trembling but unharmed. Harry holding his wand defensively. Dudley standing over the troll. Fists bloody. Body glowing. McGonagall's mouth opens. Closes. Opens again. What, in Merlin's name? She looks at each of them. Assessing. Taking in the scene. The shattered stall. The cracked floor. The unconscious troll. Harry speaks first. It was going to kill Hermione. We had to... McGonagall raises a hand. Silence. She walks forward, examines the troll, touches its jaw, feels the fracture, looks at Dudley's bleeding knuckles. Mr. Dursley, did you punch a mountain troll? Dudley's voice is steady. I used a shield charm, Professor, for structural reinforcement. Long pause. McGonagall's expression is unreadable. Then, 5 points from Gryffindor and Hufflepuff each, for reckless endangerment, and 50 points to each house, for extraordinary bravery and tactical collaboration. They look up, shocked. McGonagall's lips twitch. Almost a smile. Innovative, Mr. Dursley. reckless, but innovative. She looks at Hermione. Miss Granger, perhaps you should choose your crying locations more carefully in the future. Hermione nods. Mute, still in shock. Snape watches from the doorway, his eyes on Dudley, expression unreadable. But his hands tremble. Just slightly he sees Petunia Evans's face, Lily Evans's magic, James Potter's reckless courage, coming from Harry, but manifesting through Dudley. A nightmare combination. He turns, leaves without a word. Library. Later that night, 10:34 p.m. Hermione finds them, Harry and Dudley, sitting at a corner table, pretending to study, actually just recovering. She sits, doesn't ask permission, just sits. You saved my life, both of you. Dudley shakes his head. You helped us save yours. That conjunctivitis curse was what turned the fight. I didn't fight, I just cast one spell. Harry interjects. One spell at the right time, that's all fighting is. Right action at the right moment. Hermione looks between them. These two boys, cousins, different houses, different approaches to magic, but unified in purpose. Then we're even, and from now on, we face things together. Harry extends his hand. Hermione shakes it, then Dudley, the trio of outcasts, now official, now tested, now proven. The Chamber of Secrets has opened, messages written in blood on walls. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware. Muggle-borns petrified. Mrs. Norris. Colin Creevey, Justin Finch Fletchley. Fear spreading through the castle, whispers in corridors. Accusations. The school turns on Harry. November 8th, 1992. Great Hall, lunch, 12:47 p.m. Harry sits alone at the Gryffindor table. Even his housemates keep distance, wary, uncertain. At the dueling club, Harry spoke parcel tongue, the language of snakes, dark magic, Slytherin's gift. Now everyone thinks he's the heir, that he's petrifying Muggle-borns. Justin Finch Fletchley was found petrified this morning, near the library. Harry was seen nearby. The accusations spread. A group of students approaches, led by Ernie Macmillan, Hufflepuff, usually reasonable, not today. You were there when Justin was attacked. Harry looks up. I found him. I didn't. You spoke parcel tongue at the dueling club. Snake language. More students gather, surrounding Harry. Gryffindors, Ravenclaws, even some Hufflepuffs. A mob forming. Harry's back against the table. Trapped. Ernie's voice rises. Dark magic. That's what parcel tongue is. Everyone knows it. The crowd presses closer. Hostile, angry, afraid. Dudley stands from the Hufflepuff table. Slow, deliberate, every step measured. The great hall quiets. Students watching. Dudley walks across the hall, between the tables, stops in front of Harry, faces the crowd, positions himself as a barrier. Physical shield. You want to get to Harry, you go through me first, Ernie protests. Dudley, he's a parcel mouth. That's dark magic. Dudley's voice is calm, absolute. So what? Silence. I've lived with Harry for 11 years. Shared a house, shared meals, shared a childhood. He pauses. If he was evil, I'd know. Ernie tries again. But speaking to snakes, I was evil. The crowd goes still. Dudley continues. I was a bully, cruel, violent. I hurt people because it made me feel strong. I tormented Harry for years because my father told me to. His voice doesn't waver. Harry is nothing like I was. He's kind, he's brave. He saves people even when it costs him everything. He looks at Ernie, directly. Being able to speak to snakes doesn't make someone dangerous. Fear makes us dangerous. And right now, you're all acting out of fear. Movement. Cedric Diggory steps forward. 6th year Hufflepuff. Quidditch captain. Respected. Dudley's right. He looks at the crowd. We're turning on Harry because we're scared. Because we don't understand. But fear isn't evidence, and a strange ability isn't guilt. Then, Ravenclaws. Luna Lovegood. Cho Chang. Even some Gryffindors. Neville Longbottom, the Weasley twins. The mob disperses, slowly muttering, but dispersing. Dudley turns. Looks at Harry, you all right? Throat too tight. That night. Hufflepuff common room. Dudley sits alone, his wand on his lap. Blackthorn, cold, stiff. Reluctant, for 18 months it's performed adequately. But withheld true power, testing him. waiting. Now, for the first time, it hums. Low, resonant, vibration. He's passed a test, stood for someone else, despite personal cost, despite house loyalty, despite fear. The wand warms in his hand, just slightly, the bond beginning to form. Dudley grips it, whispers, "I won't let you down." May 29th, 1993, Hospital Wing, 3:17 a.m. Hermione Granger lies petrified, stone still, eyes open but unseeing, found outside the library, clutching a piece of parchment, torn from a book. About basilisks, Harry and Dudley sit beside her bed, have been sitting for hours, neither speaking, just present, keeping vigil. Dudley's grief manifests physically. His hands clench, knuckles white. He stands abruptly, walks to the wall, punches it, full force, no shield, no magic, just rage. His knuckles split. Blood on stone, the blackthorn wand in his pocket crackles. Dark energy, feeding on his rage, growing stronger from his pain. Harry's grief manifests magically. Every candle in the hospital wing flickers, then extinguishes. Simultaneously, darkness, complete. Madame Pomfrey rushes in, relights them with her wand, sees Harry's face, tear-streaked. Lost, she says nothing, just leaves them. To grieve. June 2nd, 1993. Moaning Myrtle's bathroom, 9:23 p.m. Harry has pieced it together. The chamber entrance, in the bathroom. Where Myrtle died 50 years ago, he tells Ron. Ron agrees to come. They're about to enter when Dudley arrives, out of breath. "You're going to the chamber." Not a question, Harry nods. "You can't come, it's too dangerous." "That's exactly why I'm coming." Dudley, Hermione is petrified. "I'm not letting you face whatever did that alone." Harry looks at Ron. Ron shrugs. He's got a point. They open the entrance. Parcel tongue, the sink slides aside, revealing a pipe, descending. Dark, endless. They slide down, into darkness. The Chamber of Secrets, 9:41 p.m. The chamber, vast, ancient, stone serpents carved into pillars, reaching toward a ceiling lost in shadow. At the far end, a statue, Salazar Slytherin, massive, carved face stern, judging, and at the statue's base, Ginny Weasley, Ron's sister, lying unconscious, pale, almost transparent. Ron runs to her, shakes her. "Ginny, wake up!" She doesn't move. A figure emerges from the shadows. Tom Riddle, 16 years old, handsome, dark-haired, confident but not solid, translucent. A memory preserved in a diary. "She won't wake." His voice is smooth, cultured. "I'm afraid Ginny won't wake up. She's put too much of herself into the diary, into me." Harry draws his wand. "Who are you?" Tom smiles. "I am Lord Voldemort." The name echoes. Ron gasps. Dudley goes still. Tom continues. "Or I was, or I will be. It's all so confusing when you exist as a memory. But no matter. I have enough life now, drained from dear Ginny, enough to finish what I started." Speaks in parcel tongue, hissing, sibilant. The statue's mouth opens. Something emerges, sliding, massive, 60 feet long. Serpent, scales brilliant green, eyes like dinner plates, yellow, deadly. The basilisk. Ron screams. "Don't look at its eyes! It'll kill you!" They scatter. Running behind pillars. The basilisk strikes, fangs dripping venom, misses Ron by inches. Harry runs, calling out in parcel tongue, distracting it. The basilisk follows, hunting. A bird appears, phoenix, fox. Dumbledore's familiar. Screeching, diving at the basilisk. Claws extended, rakes the basilisk's eyes, both eyes. Blinding it, the basilisk thrashes, screaming, knocking into pillars. Fawkes drops something, falls from the air, lands at Harry's feet. The sorting hat. Harry grabs it, desperate, reaches inside, pulls out a sword, silver, glowing. Rubies in the hilt, Gryffindor's sword, but the basilisk is too fast. Even blind, it strikes by sound, by vibration. Harry dodges, barely. Dudley sees his chance, the basilisk's head, lowered, close to the ground, searching for Harry, vulnerable. Dudley runs, straight at it. grabs the sword from Harry mid-dodge. No time for questions. Just action. Charges, full sprint, the basilisk senses him, opens its mouth, fangs ready. Dudley doesn't slow, uses his shield fist technique, but modified, holds the sword in both hands, point forward, casts Protego on himself, golden armor, and jumps into the basilisk's open mouth, drives the sword upward, through the roof of its mouth, into its brain. The basilisk convulses, thrashes, one fang pierces Dudley's side, venom, burning. He screams, but holds the sword, pushes deeper. The basilisk collapses, dead. Dudley falls, lands hard, gasping, venom spreading. Harry runs to him, Ron follows. Fawkes swoops down, cries over Dudley's wound. Phoenix tears, healing, burning away the venom. Closing the puncture, Dudley gasps, breathing returning to normal. Did we win? Harry laughs, shaky, relieved. Yeah, we won. Dumbledore's office, later that night, 11:52 p.m. Dumbledore sits behind his desk, half-moon spectacles, twinkling eyes. But serious now, Harry and Dudley stand before him, both exhausted, both alive. Ginny recovered, Ron with her in the hospital wing. Dumbledore speaks. You both demonstrated extraordinary courage today. Harry nods, accepts the praise. Dumbledore looks at Dudley. But you, Mr. Dursley, you did something I did not foresee. Dudley waits. You chose Harry over your own safety, repeatedly, without hesitation, first in the Great Hall, defending him before the school, then in the chamber, charging the basilisk. Dumbledore stands, walks to the window. That is a magic Lord Voldemort will never understand. The magic of choice, of sacrifice, of standing for another when it costs you everything. He turns. Your Aunt Lily had that magic, and now, so do you. Third year. The train speeds north. Harry, Hermione, and Dudley share a compartment, talking, laughing, planning. The door slides open, a figure enters. Tall, gaunt, shabby robes. Professor Remus Lupin, new defense against the dark arts teacher. He sits, falls asleep almost immediately. Exhausted, the train jerks. Slows, stops, not at Hogwarts. Middle of nowhere, the lights flicker, then die. Frost spreads across the windows. Temperature plummets. The door slides open. A figure appears, hooded, robbed, floating. Dementor, guard of Azkaban, hunting Sirius Black, escaped prisoner, searching the train. The Dementor inhales, a rattling breath, sucking, pulling. Harry collapses, unconscious, his worst memory surfacing. His mother's scream. Lily Potter, dying, begging Voldemort to spare Harry. Green light. Silence. Dudley collapses beside him. His worst memory different. Not trauma inflicted. Trauma he inflicted. A montage of cruelty. Beating Harry in the cupboard under the stairs. Laughing as Aunt March insults Lily Potter. Calling her a freak. A drunk. Worthless. And young Dudley laughing, encouraging. Proud, shoving smaller kids on the playground, taking their lunch money, their toys, their dignity. Vernon's voice, approving. That's my boy Dudders. Show them who's in charge. The memories pile, layer upon layer. Years of cruelty, years of choosing power over kindness. Lupin wakes, sees the Dementor, raises his wand. Expecto Patronum. Silver Wolf, brilliant, charging. The Dementor retreats, glides away, the lights return. Warm seeps back. Harry wakes, disoriented, gasping. Hermione helps him sit up. Dudley wakes screaming, not in fear, in self-loathing. I was awful. I was everything I hate now. Lupin kneels beside him. The Dementors force us to relive our worst memories. Dudley's voice cracks. But it wasn't done to me. I did it. To others. To Harry. I was the monster. Lupin's expression softens. For some, the Dementors show trauma inflicted upon them. For you, it's trauma you inflicted. How do I live with that? By ensuring you never become that person again. Guilt is only useful if it drives change. October 1993. Lupin's office, Patronus lessons. Lupin offers to teach them. The Patronus charm, advanced magic, usually taught to adult wizards. but after the Dementor attack, they need it. Harry goes first. Think of your happiest memory. Focus on it. Let it fill you completely, Harry thinks. Struggles, his childhood was the Dursleys, his Hogwarts years filled with danger. Where is happiness, then? A memory surfaces, forgotten, buried. He's 4 years old, in the cupboard, but he hears voices. Through the door, his parents, James and Lily, talking, planning. We love him so much, James. I know, Lily, we'll keep him safe, always. The memory is brief, incomplete, but it's love. Pure, undiluted. Harry raises his wand. Expecto Patronum. Silver mist erupts, forms, takes shape. A stag, prongs, his father's animagus form. Brilliant, strong, protective. Lupin's eyes widen. Remarkable, exactly like James's. Dudley's turn. Think of your happiest memory. Dudley thinks. Childhood is tainted, every happy moment shadowed by cruelty. But one memory stands out. Petunia, in the kitchen, after the alley, after the golden shield, looking at him with tears streaming, saying, "Our son is like my sister. The first time being like Lily was good. Not threatening, not wrong. Good." Dudley raises his wand. Expecto Patronum. Silver light explodes. Brighter than Harry's, roar, takes form, a badger, squat fierce, charging forward relentless determination. Lupin smiles. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. December 1993, Hufflepuff Common Room. Late night Dudley wakes from a nightmare. Screaming. The Dementor memories again. Seeing himself, the bully he was. Students stare. Concerned. Wary. Dudley grabs his wand. Blackthorn. Grips it, too tightly. Pressure building. Rage and shame mixing. The wand cracks. Audibly. A sharp snap. Everyone hears it. Dudley stares. Horror. A fissure runs down the wood. Black veins spreading from the break. Like infection. Like rot. He's broken it. Ollivander's words echo. It will test you. He failed. Next day, Ollivander's shop. Hogsmeade visit. Dudley stands in the wand shop, holding his cracked blackthorn. Ollivander examines it, silent, turning it over, feeling the break, finally speaks. "You didn't break it, boy. You transformed it." Dudley's confusion shows. Ollivander explains. Blackthorn wands metabolize pain. They feed on trauma. Yours has absorbed your guilt, your shame, your rage at what you were. He hands it back. The crack is permanent. The veins will spread. But the wand is stronger now, not weaker. How? Because you survived the test. The wand tried to break you with your past, and you held on. That's what Blackthorn demands, endurance through suffering. That night, Patronus practice. Dudley casts. Expecto Patronum. The badger appears. Twice as large. Brilliant silver, fierce. The wand has metabolized his pain, turned suffering into power. June 1994. The Time Turner incident. Harry and Hermione save Sirius Black. Using the Time Turner. Going back 3 hours. Dudley joins them. Has to. Can't let them go alone. They rescue Sirius from the tower, escape on Buckbeak. During their journey back, they pass the Whomping Willow, see their past selves. From 3 hours ago, future Dudley sees past Dudley. The Dudley from 3 hours earlier, still carrying traces of arrogance, still flinching when Harry speaks too quickly, still uncertain about his place. Not the person he is now. 3 hours of growth. Measured in real time, future Dudley whispers to Harry, "I was still half the person I needed to be back then." Harry looks at him, sees the difference too. "You're twice the person I thought you'd ever be now." Growth measured, not in years, in moments, in choices. The Weasleys invite Harry, and by extension, Dudley. The Dursleys agree. Reluctantly, Vernon's still uncomfortable. But Petunia insists. The boys go, experience magic on a massive scale. Thousands of wizards. Flying, celebrating, living openly. The match is spectacular. Ireland versus Bulgaria. Victor Crumb catches the snitch. Ireland wins anyway. That night, Death Eaters attack, terrorizing Muggles. Burning tents. The Dark Mark rises. Skull and serpent in the sky. Voldemort's symbol. First time in 13 years. Fear returns. September 1994. Hogwarts Cedric's mentorship begins. Cedric Diggory, 6th year, Hufflepuff Quidditch captain. Seeker, kind, strong, fair, everything Dudley aspires to be when Cedric is chosen as Hogwarts champion. Dudley volunteers. Let me help you train. Cedric looks at him, assessing. Why? But I warn you, I train hard. They meet every morning before breakfast. In the room of requirement, Dudley shows Cedric his shield techniques. Protego cast on himself. Golden armor, shield-enhanced strikes. Cedric watches, fascinated. You fight like a Muggle. Cedric continues. That's not an insult, it's an advantage. Wizards expect magic, wands, spells. You give them physics, momentum, mass. It's brilliant, he thinks. Pacing. We could combine our approaches. My precision, your brute force, my speed, your endurance, my agility, your immovability. They develop tactics. Combination 1. The cannonball. Cedric casts Reducto at the ground. Explodes the surface, creates debris. Dudley charges through the dust cloud, shield enhanced. Opponents can't see him coming. By the time they do. Too late. Combination 2. The anchor. Cedric engages multiple opponents. Fast, mobile, distracting. Dudley roots himself, becomes an immovable point. Casts the shield wall. Cedric falls back to the shield. Uses it as cover. Then attacks from safety. Combination 3. The hammer and anvil. Cedric drives opponents toward Dudley, using stunning spells. Pushing them back. Dudley waits. Planted. Ready. When they reach him, shield fist technique. Ends the fight. They practice for weeks. Growing stronger. More synchronized. Brothers in arms. Cedric speaks during a water break. You know what I've realized? Hufflepuffs get underestimated. People think we're soft. Nice. Weak. Dudley nods. I thought that too, before I was sorted. But we're not weak. We're patient. We endure. We outlast. And when the moment comes, we strike with everything we've got. He looks at Dudley. You embody that. You're the most Hufflepuff person I know. Dudley feels the words settle. Pride, belonging, purpose. Thank you for teaching me. Cedric grins. Thank you for reminding me what Hufflepuff really means. October 30th, 1994. Great Hall, Goblet of Fire. The goblet has chosen. Victor Crumb for Durmstrang. Fleur Delacour for Beauxbatons. Cedric Diggory for Hogwarts. Dudley's mentor. Hufflepuff Quidditch captain. Kind, strong, fair. Everything Dudley aspires to be. Then, the goblet flares again. Impossible. A fourth name. The paper shoots out. Dumbledore catches it. Reads. Goes pale. Harry Potter. The hall erupts. Accusations. Anger. He cheated. He's too young. He wants more glory. Harry stands. Shocked. Terrified. He didn't enter. Didn't want this. But no one believes him. Next morning, Great Hall, breakfast. Harry sits alone. Even Ron has turned on him. Jealous, angry, thinking Harry entered without telling him. The Gryffindor table is cold, distant. Someone throws food, a roll, hits Harry's shoulder. Laughter. Dudley stands. From Hufflepuff, walks across the hall, wand raised, casts. The next person who throws food gets hexed. Legs locked together, falls. The hall goes quiet. Dudley's voice carries, You think this is a joke? Someone put Harry in mortal danger. And you're laughing? Cedric stands. Joins Dudley. If you support me as Hogwarts champion, you support Harry too. We're both representing this school. The Hufflepuffs rally, standing, applauding, not for Harry's fame, for fairness, for justice. The tide shifts. November 24th, 1994, First task Dragons. Harry faces the Hungarian Horntail, most dangerous breed, breathing fire, protecting her eggs from the stands. Dudley can only watch, helpless, but before the task, he teaches Harry something in the room of requirement. When you're scared, plant your feet. Harry listens. Fear makes you want to run, but running gets you killed. Stand your ground, breathe, and then move. Harry uses this. When the dragon breathes fire, he doesn't panic, doesn't run blindly, stands still, waits for the opening, then summons his firebolt, flies, retrieves the egg, survives. December 25th, 1994, Yule Ball, neither Harry nor Dudley has dates. Harry asked Cho Chang. She said yes to Cedric. Dudley didn't ask anyone, too focused on training Cedric. They spend the ball together. With Hermione, she's Crumb's date, but makes time for them. They sit outside, in the courtyard, away from the music, away from the dancing, away from the pressure. Hermione speaks. Do you ever regret it? Giving up your old life? Dudley considers. I didn't have an old life. I had a performance. This is the first time I felt real. Harry nods. Same. I was the boy who lived before I was Harry. Now I'm just me. Hermione smiles. Then we're all real together. They sit, 3 outcasts, choosing each other again and again. June 24th, 1995, third task. The maze Dudley can't enter. Stands at the edge with the crowd, watching, waiting, helpless. But before the task, days before, he prepared Harry using the Room of Requirement, their secret training ground, now configured as a maze simulator. Dudley's instructions were specific, tactical. Learned from Cedric, Simulation 1, darkness Dudley conjures smoke. Thick, black, choking, fills the room. Harry can't see 3 feet, must navigate by sound. By instinct, Dudley attacks from random angles. Minor hexes, stinging jinxes, tripping curses. Harry learns to shield blind, to sense movement, to trust his instincts. Simulation 2, physical obstacles. Dudley manually builds barricades, using transfiguration. Walls, dead ends, false paths. Harry must problem solve, think tactically, not just cast spells, use his environment. Simulation 3, fear. Dudley casts boggart summoning spells. Harry faces his fears. Dementors, Voldemort, death. Learns to push through panic, to act despite terror. Every session ends the same way. Dudley's advice repeated, drilled. If something seems too good to be true, it's a trap. Don't trust the cup until you're holding it, and if you can't escape, plant your feet. Make them come to you. You're stronger when you stand your ground. Now, standing at the maze edge, Dudley watches Harry enter, disappear into the hedges. Gone. Hours pass. The crowd grows restless. Fleur Delacour emerges, disqualified, attacked by something inside, still breathing, but out. More time. Victor Crumb doesn't emerge. Stunned, removed by officials, only Harry and Cedric remain. Inside, competing, surviving. Dudley's hands clench, Blackthorn wand gripped tight. He can't shake the feeling. Something's wrong. The wand vibrates, pulses, like a heartbeat. Faster, urgent. Warning, then. The center of the maze flares. Blue light, portkey activation. 2 figures appear. Materialize, dumped on the grass. Harry and Cedric. The crowd cheers. Both champions returned. Both alive. Then, Harry's scream. Raw, broken, terrible. He's back. Voldemort's back. The cheering stops. Silence. Absolute. Harry is covered in blood, not his own. Someone else's. He's clutching Cedric. Cedric's body. Lifeless. Eyes open but unseeing. Dead. Dudley's world stops. Everything narrows. To Harry. To Cedric. To the impossible reality. He runs. Pushing through the crowd. Teachers. Students. Officials. Doesn't care. Reaches Harry. Kneels. Harry's hands are locked on Cedric. Won't let go. Can't let go. Shaking. Sobbing. Dudley touches his shoulder. Harry. Harry, look at me. Harry's eyes are wild, unfocused. I couldn't save him. I tried. But Pettigrew, the graveyard, Voldemort, he killed him. Just killed him. For being there. For being spare. And I wasn't fast enough. Dudley has no words, no comfort, just presence. He stays, kneeling in the grass, while chaos erupts around them, while teachers shout, while the crowd panics, while Cedric's father screams. He stays. Hospital wing, 3 days later, Harry lies in bed, unconscious most of the time. Dreamless sleep draught. To stop the nightmares, to stop him from reliving it. Dudley sits in a chair beside the bed, has been sitting for 3 days, sleeping there, refusing to leave. Hermione brings him food. He barely eats. Ron tries to talk to him. He barely responds. Just sits, watching Harry, waiting. On the third day, Harry wakes, eyes opening slowly, adjusting to light, sees Dudley, slumped in the chair, asleep. Exhausted, Harry's voice is a whisper. Dud. Dudley jerks awake, immediately alert. You're awake. How long have you been here? Then Harry speaks, voice hollow. I couldn't save him. Dudley leans forward. I know. He was right there, and Pettigrew. I know. Voldemort just killed him. Like it meant nothing. Like Cedric was nothing. Harry's hands clenched the sheets, and I survived. Again. I always survive, and people around me die. Harry, how many more people have to die because of me? Dudley's voice is firm. None of this is your fault. The portkey was for me. The cup was supposed to take me to Voldemort. Cedric he was just there. He suggested we take it together. I should have said no. You couldn't have known. I should have been faster, stronger, better. Dudley grabs Harry's shoulders, forces eye contact. Listen to me. Voldemort killed Cedric. Not you, Voldemort. A monster who's been murdering people for decades. You didn't choose this, you didn't ask for any of this, and blaming yourself won't bring Cedric back. Harry's tears fall. Then what do? You survive. You keep going, and when the time comes, you make sure Voldemort pays. Harry nods, slowly, accepting, not forgiving himself, but accepting. Dudley releases him, sits back. I'm not leaving you alone, not now, not ever. Understand? Harry nods again. Brothers? September 1995, 5th year. Umbridge arrives. Dolores Umbridge, Senior Undersecretary to the Minister, appointed as defense against the dark arts teacher. By ministry decree, she sits at the staff table. Pink cardigan, pink bow. False smile, looking harmless. Innocent, sweet. She's anything but. Her first decree, banning practical defensive magic. Theory only. Reading from textbooks. No spells. No practice. No preparation. Students protest. She silences them with detentions. Special detentions. Using her special quill, blood quills, that carve words into skin. I must not tell lies. Harry gets them first. For insisting Voldemort returned. For contradicting ministry propaganda. His hand scarred. Permanent. Hermione sees. Furious. Plans. October 1995. Hogshead, DA formation. Hermione calls a meeting. Secretly. In Hogsmeade. At the Hogshead pub. Dingy. Dirty. Discreet. 28 students show up. From different houses. Different years. United by one thing. They want to learn. Want to defend themselves. Want to be ready. For when Voldemort comes. Harry speaks. Reluctant at first. But growing stronger. Umbridge won't teach us. Won't prepare us. Won't let us practice. He shows his scarred hand. The ministry wants us helpless. Wants us ignorant. Because ignorance is easier to control. Neville speaks up. So what do? Hermione answers. We teach ourselves. We form a group. Learn defensive magic. Practice. Prepare. Ron adds. We need someone to lead us. Someone who's actually fought dark wizards. Everyone looks at Harry. He shakes his head. I'm not. Hermione cuts him off. You faced Voldemort 4 times, fought a basilisk, survived dementors, escaped a graveyard full of Death Eaters. You're the most qualified person here. The group agrees, applauding, insisting. Harry looks at Dudley. Dudley nods, encouraging. All right, we'll do this, but I need help. Hermione for theory, and Dudley for... He pauses. For what Hogwarts doesn't teach. DA meetings, room of requirement. The group meets twice a week. In the room of requirement, configured as a training space, Harry teaches spells. Expelliarmus, stunning spells, shield charms. Hermione teaches theory. When to use which spell? Strategic thinking. Tactical awareness. Dudley teaches something different. Muggle combat, physical defense, what to do when you're disarmed. When your wand is gone. When magic fails, lesson 1, breaking holds. Zacharias Smith, 7th year. Hufflepuff, skeptical, arrogant. Why would we need Muggle fighting? We have wands. Dudley doesn't argue. Grab my wrist. Zacharias does. Smirking. Dudley moves. 3 seconds. Zacharias is on the floor. Face down, arm twisted behind his back. Pinned. Dudley releases him. Because wands can be lost, broken, stolen, and then what? No one argues after that. Lesson 2. Situational awareness. Dudley teaches them to read a room, to notice exits, to position themselves defensively. Skills learned from years of bullying, now used for protection. Lesson 3. The Hufflepuff Shield Wall. Dudley's signature technique. Developed over years of training. 5 students form a line. Each casts Protego, overlapping angles, creating gaps. Dudley stands center, anchors them, channels everyone's shields into one massive barrier. The result, a wall of golden light, impenetrable. Offensive spells shatter against it. Curses dissipate. Even stunning spells can't break through. It's slow, defensive, boring, but effective. Harry tests it, casts his strongest spells, Reducto, Expulso, Bombarda. Nothing penetrates. The shield wall holds. Hermione takes notes. This is brilliant. Completely brilliant. It's medieval shield wall tactics applied to magic. We endure. Then we counter when opponents exhaust themselves. The DA practices, week after week, growing stronger, more confident, more prepared. Umbridge suspects, sends inquisitorial squad. Draco Malfoy leading, trying to catch them, but they're careful, cautious. The room hides them, protects them. They train in secret, preparing for war. February 1996, Dudley's reflection, late night. Hufflepuff common room, empty. Just Dudley, sitting by the fire, his blackthorn wand on his lap. Dark now, nearly black, the wood grain resembling burned scar tissue, veins spreading, permanent, beautiful in its damage. He thinks about Cedric, his mentor, his friend, dead at 17, murdered for being in the wrong place. He thinks about Harry, carrying the weight of prophecy, of survival, of everyone's expectations. He thinks about himself, the bully he was, the protector he's becoming, the distance between them, measured in choices. He grips the wand, feels it pulse, warm now, responsive, loyal, whispers to it, I won't let him face this alone. Whatever's coming, we face it together. The wand hums. Agreement. Bond solidified. Through trauma, through choice, through years of proving himself worthy. The Blackthorn has accepted him, fully finally, and he's ready for whatever comes next. Cedric Diggory is dead. The reality settles. Heavy, suffocating, permanent. Dudley sits beside Harry's bed. 3 days, 72 hours, refusing to leave. Madame Pomfrey brings him food. He barely eats. Hermione tries to talk. He barely responds. Just sits, watching Harry sleep. Dreamless sleep draught keeping the nightmares at bay. But Dudley's nightmares come while awake. He sees Cedric, laughing during training, teaching combination tactics, saying, "You're the most Hufflepuff person I know." Then he sees Cedric's body, eyes open, unseeing, dead at 17. Murdered. For being in the wrong place, for being spare. Dudley's hands clench. The Blackthorn wand in his pocket grows hot, burning, feeding, on his rage, on his guilt. I should have been there. I should have found a way. I should have protected him. The thoughts spiral, consuming. The wand darkens. From deep brown to near black, the wood grain transforms, resembling burned scar tissue. Raised, twisted, permanent. The veins spread. Black lines crawling across the surface, like infection, like rot. But not weakness, power. The wand pulses, no longer humming, beating, like a heart. Thump, 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 alive with absorbed trauma. On the 4th day, Ollivander visits, summoned by Dumbledore. He examines Dudley's wand, silent, turning it over. Feeling the pulse, finally speaks. This wand has absorbed your grief, boy. It's feeding on it, metabolizing your pain, your guilt, your rage, all of it. Ollivander's expression is grave. You must be careful. Trauma can make a wand powerful, but it can also make it unstable. I care about being ready. For when Voldemort comes back, for when, his voice breaks, for when I have to make sure no one else dies like Cedric did. Ollivander studies him. The wand will serve you. It will give you power. But power born of grief is dangerous. It can consume you as easily as it empowers you. He hands the wand back. Use it well. And remember, Cedric wouldn't want you to become a weapon. He'd want you to remain human. Dudley grips the wand, feels it pulse in time with his heartbeat. Whispers, I'll try. September 1995, 5th year, Dolores Umbridge. The year begins dark. Umbridge has banned practical defensive magic. Theory only. Students are helpless. Unprepared, vulnerable. The DA forms. Dumbledore's army, led by Harry, assisted by Hermione, and Dudley, teaching what Hogwarts won't. But the atmosphere is tense. Umbridge's inquisitorial squad hunts them, Draco Malfoy leading. Searching, spying, waiting to catch them. February 1996. DA meeting, room of requirement. 30 students now. More joining each week. Word spreading. They practice the shield wall. 5 Hufflepuffs in formation. Susan Bones, Hannah Abbott, Ernie Macmillan, Justin Finch Fletchley, Zacharias Smith. Dudley anchors the center, channels their shields into one massive barrier, golden light, overlapping, impenetrable. Harry tests it, casts Reducto. The shield absorbs it, no damage. Casts Bombarda, same result. The wall holds. Neville watches, fascinated. It's like a medieval shield wall, but with magic. Hermione nods, taking notes. It's brilliant. Completely brilliant. Defensive magic taken to its logical conclusion. Dudley corrects her. It's Hufflepuff magic. We don't strike first. We endure. Outlast, then counter when opponents exhaust themselves. Still glowing. Cedric taught me that. Patience is power. The name hangs. Everyone goes quiet, remembering. Cedric Diggory, murdered 6 months ago. His death still fresh, still painful. Dudley's voice is steady. We train in his memory, so no one else dies unprepared. So when Voldemort's Death Eaters come, we're ready. June 18, 1996. Department of Mysteries. Harry has a vision. Sirius Black being tortured in the Department of Mysteries by Voldemort. He has to go. Has to save him. Hermione tries to stop him. It could be a trap. Harry doesn't listen. Can't risk it. Dudley doesn't hesitate. If we're going, we go together. That's the rule. The group assembles. Harry, Hermione, Ron, Ginny, Neville, Luna, and Dudley, 7 teenagers, against Death Eaters, against Voldemort's inner circle. They use Thestrals, flying skeletal horses, invisible to most, but Dudley can see them. He saw Cedric die. Death makes them visible. They fly to London, land at the Ministry, descend to the Department of Mysteries. The Hall of Prophecy, rows upon rows of glowing orbs, each one a prophecy, each one a future. They find the one labeled SPT to APWBD, Dark Lord, and Harry Potter. Harry reaches for it. The moment he touches it, Death Eaters appear. 12 of them, surrounding, masks, black robes, wands raised. Lucius Malfoy steps forward, removes his mask, sneers, well, Potter came after all. Harry backs up. The group forms a circle, backs together. Wands out. Lucius's eyes land on Dudley. Recognition. Disdain. Ah, the mudblood-loving Hufflepuff. Petunia's embarrassment. He circles. Predatory. Tell me, boy, does your mother weep that her son is a blood traitor? Dudley's voice is calm. Absolute. My mother wept when her sister died protecting her son, and I'll do the same. He raises his wand. Casts. The shield wall, but modified. Just him. No team. Solo casting. The shield erupts. Golden dome. Covering all 7 of them. Buying time. For Harry to think. For Hermione to strategize. For the others to prepare. The Death Eaters attack. Curses slam against the shield. Red, green, purple. Pain, death, madness. All deflected, but the shield won't hold forever. Dudley feels it weakening. His magic draining. Lucius laughs. Impressive, but futile. Your children playing at war. He casts Avada Kedavra. Green bolt. Death itself. Aimed at the shield. At Dudley. Dudley doesn't flinch. But he knows. The killing curse will break through. Will end him, he prepares. Then the floor beneath Lucius explodes. Dudley cast Reducto. Not at Lucius. At the marble floor, the debris shoots upward, intercepts the green bolt, shatters, falls. Lucius stumbles, off balance. Dudley drops the shield, charges. Full sprint, no magic. Just momentum, mass, physics. He tackles Lucius, 200 pounds of muscle, slamming into the aristocrat. They crash into a shelf of prophecies, glass shattering, smoke rising. Futures destroyed. Dudley doesn't stop. Delivers a shield-enhanced punch to Lucius's jaw. Crack. That's for calling Hermione a slur. This is for threatening Harry. Final punch. Solar plexus. Lucius's wand flies from his hand. And this is because you're a coward who hides behind money and magic. Lucius collapses, bleeding, humiliated, defeated by a 15-year-old, by a Hufflepuff, by a blood traitor. Bellatrix Lestrange's laughter cuts through the chaos, shrill, mad, delighted. Oh, how delicious. The Malfoy lordling bested by a child. She casts at Dudley. He rolls, grabs Lucius's wand, uses it, fires back. Stunning spell, misses, but gives Harry time to run, to lead the Death Eaters away. To protect the prophecy, the battle spreads. Through the department, the time room, the brain room, the death chamber, chaos, spells flying, students fighting. Surviving then, the Order of the Phoenix arrives. Dumbledore, Sirius, Tonks, Kingsley, Moody, Remus. The tide turns, Death Eaters fleeing, captured, defeated. But in the chaos, Bellatrix kills Sirius, blasts him through the veil. Gone, dead. Harry screams, chases her into the atrium. Voldemort appears, possesses Harry, trying to kill him from the inside. To make Harry destroy himself, Dudley sees, runs, grabs Harry's arm, physical contact, channels his Patronus, the Badger. Silver, fierce. Doesn't appear outside, appears inside Harry's mind. Charging, driving Voldemort out, silver light burning, purging. Voldemort screams, rips free, flees, unable to possess, unable to corrupt. Love too strong, brotherhood too absolute. Dudley collapses, unconscious. For 2 days. Hospital wing, 2 days later, Dudley wakes. Hermione sits beside him. You did it. You saved him. Voldemort, gone. For now, you drove him out of Harry's mind. Dudley sits up, slowly. Everything hurts. How? The Patronus. You channeled it through physical contact, created a bridge, your magic protecting Harry from the inside. She smiles. Small. Sad. Dumbledore says he's never seen anything like it. Magic born of brotherhood, of choice, of absolute loyalty. Dudley looks at his hands. Is Harry? He's fine. Grieving Sirius, but alive because of you. Silence. Then, we're going to war, aren't we? Hermione nods. Yes, Voldemort's revealed. The Ministry can't deny it anymore. War is coming. Privet Drive has changed. With Dudley's magic fully active, with his bond to Harry solidified through years of choosing each other, the blood wards have amplified, exponentially. What was once simple protection, now a fortress. The wards feed on Petunia's blood connection to Lily, Dudley's Evans' magic actively flowing, his willing guardianship, his choice to protect Harry, creating what Dumbledore calls a resonance loop. The effects are extraordinary. Effect 1, perception filter, Muggles forget the address exists. Walk past without noticing. Mail gets magically rerouted. Deliveries vanish. The house becomes invisible, not literally. Effect 2, intruder paralysis. Anyone with hostile intent experiences 5-foot radius, mild nausea, 3-foot radius, severe pain, doorstep, total body lockup, muscles seizing, breath stopping. Collapse. Effect 3, apparition scramble, attempts to apparate onto the property. Bounce. Violently. 2 to 3 miles away. Random locations. Sometimes into the Thames. Sometimes onto rooftops. Always dangerous. July 27th, 1997. The Battle of the Seven Potters. Using Polyjuice Potion, each with a guard, flee in different directions. Confuse the Death Eaters. Protect the real Harry. Dudley volunteers. Let me be one of the decoys. You're not trained for aerial combat, boy. I don't need to be. I just need to be a target that doesn't die. Moody considers. Nods. You'll take the most dangerous route, with Kingsley as your guard. Dudley drinks the polyjuice, transforms Harry's face, Harry's smaller frame, strange, unsettling. They mount brooms, lift off. 7 identical Harrys, flying in different directions. The Death Eaters attack. Immediately. Dozens of them. They focus on Dudley's group. Think he's the real Harry. The route is most obvious, most direct. Curses fly, green, red, purple, death, pain, madness. Kingsley deflects, shields, returns fire. But there are too many. Dudley's strategy, pure defense. Casts layered shield charms, one after another, absorbing dozens of curses. Each impact drains him, each curse burns, his magic depleting. But he holds, endures, outlasts. Thorfinn Rowell screams, frustrated. Why won't you die, Potter? Dudley's voice. Still Harry's, but his words. Because I'm not Potter, I'm Dursley, and Dursleys are too stubborn to quit. They reach Privet Drive. Land. Dudley collapses. 17 separate curse burns, covering his arms, chest, back, fractured collarbone, broken ribs. But alive, Vernon sees him carried in, broken, bleeding, still wearing Harry's face. Then the polyjuice wears off. Dudley's features return. Vernon's face goes white. This is what that world does. It takes children and breaks them. He looks at Harry, real Harry, standing in the doorway, unharmed. Because Dudley took his place, then back to Dudley, his son, bleeding on the couch. I tried to keep you safe by keeping you away from it. His voice cracks. But you're not safe anywhere, are you? He kneels beside Dudley's bed. First time Vernon has knelt in decades. I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry I taught you to hate when I should have taught you to protect. Dad, I'm here. Did we win? You survived. That's winning enough. That night, dementors breached the outer wards. Sent by Umbridge, Death Eaters compromised the Ministry, sent soul-suckers to finish what curses couldn't. Vernon is downstairs. Getting water, the dementors glide through the walls. 3 of them, hooded, rattling, sucking. Vernon freezes. His worst memories surface, abandoning his sister Marge when she needed him, ignoring Dudley's childhood fears, nightmares dismissed as weakness, rejecting Harry, a child, an orphan, treating him like vermin. The cold spreads. Vernon's knees buckle, despair overwhelming. Upstairs, Dudley senses it, the cold, the wrongness. He grabs his wand, barely conscious, ribs screaming, raises it expecto patronum. The badger explodes from his wand, massive, 10 feet tall, silver, brilliant, ferocious. It charges down the stairs, plows into the dementors, drives them back, through walls, across Privet Drive, into the street gone. Vernon watches, tears streaming. The badger turns, looks at him, then fades. Vernon climbs the stairs, slowly finds Dudley collapsed, unconscious, picks him up, carries him to bed, tucks him in, something he hasn't done since Dudley was 5, whispers, "My boy, my brave boy, Dumbledore is dead, killed by Snape on the astronomy tower." The plan continues. The mission remains Harry, Ron, Hermione hunting Horcruxes, pieces of Voldemort's soul hidden across Britain, 7 total. Must destroy them all, to make Voldemort mortal. To end him permanently, Dudley joins them, refuses to stay behind, refuses to let Harry go alone. You're my brother. Brothers don't quit. His role isn't glamorous, isn't flashy, but it's essential. Physical labor, carrying supplies, setting up camp, expanding the tent, cooking meals when no one else has energy, chopping firewood, standing watch through long nights, the mundane work that keeps them alive, that keeps them moving, that keeps them sane. Emotional anchor, the locket Horcrux, Slytherin's locket, dark magic, corrupting, it whispers, to whoever wears it, poisoning thoughts, amplifying fears, making them doubt, making them despair, making them turn on each other. Ron wears it for 3 days, leaves, abandons them, can't handle the whispers. The poison, the corruption. Harry wears it next, Stubborn, determined to prove he's stronger, but he's not. The locket finds his fears, exploits them. You'll never be strong enough. You'll fail like you failed Cedric. Everyone you love dies. Sirius, Dumbledore, your parents, all dead because of you. Harry spirals, silent, withdrawn, hollow. Hermione tries to reach him, can't. The locket has him. Dudley watches, 3 days. Watching Harry fade. On the 4th night, in the tent, Harry sits, staring at nothing, holding the locket, whispering to it, I should give up, should just let him win. Dudley kneels, eye level, takes the locket, removes it from Harry's neck. Harry gasps, like surfacing from water, breathing again. Dudley speaks, voice steady, absolute. I was awful to you for 10 years, and you forgave me. Harry's eyes focus. I mocked you, beat you, made your life hell because my father told me to, because it made me feel strong. Pause. And you still gave me a chance, still chose me as a brother, still trusted me. He holds up the locket, so I'm not letting a piece of Voldemort's soul tell you you're not good enough. He puts the locket on himself, takes the burden. You're my brother, and brothers don't quit. The locket whispers. To Dudley now, different fears, different poison. You're still a bully, still cruel inside. Harry forgave you, but he'll never forget. You'll always be the boy who hurt him. Dudley endures. 3 days wearing it, 3 days of whispers, 3 days of confronting who he was. But he doesn't break, doesn't leave, doesn't let it win, because he's not that boy anymore. He chose differently, and he keeps choosing, every day, every hour, every moment when they find the sword of Gryffindor. Ron returns, helps destroy the locket, but Dudley's the one who kept them together, who kept Harry from giving up, who proved that loyalty isn't about never falling, it's about getting back up. And staying, always staying. December 1997, Godric's Hollow. They visit. Harry's parents' grave. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. Hermione reads the inscription. Harry kneels, silent, grief overwhelming. Dudley stands behind him, not speaking, just present. After, they return to the tent. Harry looks at Dudley. Thank you for taking the locket, for keeping me sane. That's what brothers do. I know, but still, thank you. Silence, then Harry speaks again. I think about her sometimes. Your mum, Aunt Petunia, how much she changed. Dudley nods. She chose you, chose us, chose magic, after spending decades hating it. Do you think she regrets it? No, I think she regrets wasting so much time being angry, but not the choice to love us. Harry's eyes glisten. My mum would have liked that. 2 cousins, 2 orphans in different ways, united by loss and choice, and the legacy of 2 sisters, who loved each other, even when they couldn't show it. March 1998, the Snape revelation. They break into Hogwarts, the battle raging. Snape flees, the shrieking shack. They follow, find him, dying, Nagini's venom. Lethal, final, he gives Harry his memories, silver strands, precious, everything. They watch in Dumbledore's pensieve. The truth revealed. Snape loved Lily, always, from childhood, through Hogwarts, through her marriage to James, through her death, through 17 years of protecting Harry, hating him, loving her, all at once. Every day, torture, self-inflicted, but chosen because love, even unrequited love, even painful love, is stronger than hate when the memories end. Harry sits, stunned. Hermione cries, silent tears. Dudley processes, slowly, then speaks. He loved your mum his whole life, and then he had to protect you. Who looks like your dad? And me, who looks like Petunia? He meets Harry's eyes. Every time he saw us, he was reminded of what he lost, what he could never have, what James took, what death stole. Pause. And he did it anyway. For 20 years, protected us, hated us, loved your mum, all at once. Harry nods. Slowly, every day was torture for him. Every lesson, every glare, every cruel word, all of it. Channeling his pain into protection, his grief into duty, Hermione adds. He was brave in a way I never understood, brave enough to live with pain, to weaponize it, to transform it into love. disguised as cruelty. The Blackthorn metabolized pain into power. Snape did the same with his entire life. Understanding, finally understanding. Severus Snape, not a villain, not a hero. Just a man who loved and lost, and chose to protect what he couldn't have, because it was right, even when it hurt. Especially when it hurt. May 2nd, 1998. The Battle of Hogwarts, Voldemort's army surrounds the castle. Hundreds strong. Death Eaters in black robes. Giants towering above. Acromantulas skittering. Dementors gliding. Werewolves prowling. An army of darkness. Against students, teachers, order members. The defenders of Hogwarts outnumbered 3-1, maybe more, but not outfought, never outfought. The battle begins at dawn. Voldemort's voice, magically amplified, echoing across the grounds. I speak now to Harry Potter. You have 1 hour. Give yourself up, and no one else need die. Silence. Then Harry's response. Not spoken, shown. He walks onto the ramparts, visible to all, wand raised. Defiant. The message clear. I'm not surrendering. Not now, not ever. Voldemort's army attacks. Curses slam against the castle's shields. Hundreds of impacts. The wards shimmer. Hold. But won't hold forever. McGonagall activates the castle's defenses. The suits of armor animate. Marching. Forming ranks. Hundreds of them. Every corridor. Every classroom. Ready, the statues come alive. Stone warriors. Chess pieces grown massive. The desks and chairs transfigure, become weapons, shields. Barricades Hogwarts itself fights. Harry and Dudley stand together, on the battlements, watching the army approach. Harry speaks. This is it. Dudley nods. This is it. You ready? No. But we're doing it anyway. That's the most Hufflepuff thing you've ever said. Dudley grins back. That's the most Gryffindor thing you've noticed. The first wave hits. Death Eaters breach the outer wards. Pour through, wands firing, curses flying. The defenders meet them. Students, 7th years leading, 6th years supporting, even 5th years, everyone who can hold a wand. Fighting, Harry and Dudley descend into the battle, their tactic perfected over years. Sword and shield, Harry casts offensive spells. Stupefy, red bolt, Death Eater down. Expulso, explosion. 3 more scattered, expecto patronum, stag charging. Dementors fleeing, Dudley provides mobile cover. Moving in sync, anticipating, a curse aimed at Harry's back. Dudley's shield intercepts, absorbs it, dissipates the energy, another from the side. Same result, they move as one unit. Practiced, perfected. Unstoppable. The Great Hall battle, Death Eaters force entry. 20 of them, students cornered. 3rd years, 4th years, too young, too inexperienced. Terrified, Dudley sees them, sprints across the hall, slides between them and the Death Eaters, plants his feet, casts the shield wall, solo, the golden dome erupts, covering all the students. 12 of them, safe behind his shield. The Death Eaters attack, curses hammering, green, red, purple, death, pain, madness, every curse absorbed, every impact draining Dudley, his magic depleting. But he holds, endures. The students behind him rally, cast their own spells, through gaps in the shield, stunning spells, disarming charms, working together, coordinated, protected. One by one, Death Eaters fall, stunned, disarmed, defeated by children, protected by a Hufflepuff. The courtyard, Bellatrix Lestrange duels 3 opponents. Hermione, Ginny, Luna, laughing, mocking, toying with them. She's too fast, too experienced, too cruel. A curse aimed at Hermione will hit, will kill. Then Molly Weasley appears, furious, maternal, deadly. Not my daughter, you bitch. The duel shifts, Molly versus Bellatrix. Mother versus murderer. The courtyard clears. Everyone watching. Molly's spell. Precise, powerful. Hits Bellatrix's chest. She freezes, eyes wide. Falls, dead. The Death Eaters falter. Their strongest duelist, gone. Defeated by a housewife. By a mother protecting her children. The courtyard duel. Dolohov, Antonin Dolohov. Master duelist, killer of Remus Lupin. He sees Harry, vulnerable, distracted, aims. Purple flame curse, the spell that killed countless. Indefensible, deadly. Dudley sees, sprints, intercepts, positions himself between. Dolahov's sneer, a Hufflepuff? You think loyalty will save you from the purple flame curse? Dudley doesn't respond with words. Responds with movement, technique, strategy. Uses the shield wall. But modified, adapted, solo mobile casting. He advances, each step forward. Plants his foot, casts Protego. Steps again, casts again. Layering shields like armor plates. One after another, overlapping, interlocking. Creating a moving fortress. Dolahov attacks. Purple curse, shatters the first shield. Dudley casts another. Immediately, second curse, shatters the second shield. Third shield already forming. Dolahov's curses shatter, but Dudley keeps advancing. Relentless, unstoppable. Inevitable, Dolahov retreats, panicking. Never seen this before. Never fought someone who doesn't dodge, who doesn't run, who just endures and advances, and wins through patience. Dolahov's back hits a wall. Trapped, cornered, no escape. Dudley drops the shields, plants his feet, delivers the final blow. Shield-enhanced punch, 7 years of training, culminating in one strike. Dolahov's head snaps back, eyes roll, collapses, unconscious, defeated. The watching students erupt, cheering, screaming, a Hufflepuff, defeating a master duelist, not through flash, not through power, through patience, endurance, loyalty to technique. The Hufflepuff way, the Forbidden Forest. Harry walks to his death. Resurrection stone in hand, his parents appear. James and Lily, young, smiling, proud, serious, carefree, brave, Remus, gentle, wise, kind. They walk with him, not speaking, just present, surrounding him with love. At the clearing, Voldemort waits, surrounded by Death Eaters, Nagia at his feet, the last Horcrux, protected, guarded. Harry approaches, drops the stone, faces Voldemort. I'm ready. Voldemort's wand rises. Avada Kedavra, green light, death. Harry falls. Back at the castle, Dudley feels it. The Blackthorn wand goes cold, dead. Silent, he knows. Harry is gone. Hermione grabs his arm. No, don't. We have to trust him. He's dead? Maybe. But he trusted us to keep fighting. So we fight. Dudley's hands shake, rage building, grief consuming. The Blackthorn wand pulses, feeding, growing stronger. From his pain, he grips it. Then we fight. Voldemort's victory march. Voldemort returns, carrying Harry's body. Displaying it, proof. The boy who lived. Dead. The defenders see. Despair spreads. Their leader. Their hope. Gone. Neville Longbottom steps forward, limping, bloody. But defiant, Voldemort mocks him, places the sorting hat on his head, sets it on fire, burning. Neville screams, tears the hat off. Gryffindor's sword falls out, silver, gleaming, sharp. He grabs it, charges. At Nagini the snake strikes, fangs bared. Neville swings, clean arc, perfect form. The sword severs Nagini's head. The final Horcrux, destroyed. Voldemort screams. Terror. True terror. He's mortal. Completely. Finally. And Harry Potter's eyes open. Not dead. Never dead. The Horcrux destroyed. The boy survived. The final confrontation. Chaos erupts. Death Eaters fleeing. Defenders rallying. Harry and Voldemort face each other. The courtyard. Everyone watching. Witnesses to history. Voldemort panics. Fires killing curses. Into the crowd. Indiscriminate. Desperate. Trying to hurt Harry by killing everyone he loves. 50 students huddle. First years. Second years. Terrified. Exposed. No protection. Dudley sees. Acts. Doesn't think. Just acts. Raises his wand. Casts Protego. But not at himself. At them, all 50, the shield erupts. Golden dome. Massive. Unprecedented, covering them all. His magic channeling, everything he has, every lesson learned, every technique perfected, every sacrifice made. 7 years, culminating the green bolt's impact. The dome absorbs them, disperses the death, transforms it into harmless light. The students live, protected, by a Hufflepuff. By choice, by loyalty, by absolute devotion. Dudley collapses, drained, empty, but alive. And the students live. Harry and Voldemort circle, wands raised. The crowd goes silent, watching, waiting. Voldemort laughs, mocking. And what will your Hufflepuff do now? Shield you from death itself? Harry's response is quiet, certain, absolute. No. He already did that when we were 11. Everything since then has just been practice. Voldemort snarls, fires. Avada Kedavra, Harry counters. Expelliarmus. The spells meet, collide, the cores connect. Priori incantatem. The wands are brothers. Phoenix feather, same bird. The connection forms. Golden light, ghosts emerging. Cedric Diggory. Bertha Jorkins. Frank Bryce. James Potter. Lily Potter. All Voldemort's victims. They surround him, give Harry strength. Harry's magic, love-fueled, sacrifice-powered, brotherhood strengthened. Overpowers Voldemort's fractured soul. Hollow magic, empty power, no love, no loyalty, no humanity. The Elder Wand refuses. Won't kill its master, and Harry is its master. Through Draco, through a chain of ownership Voldemort never understood. The curse rebounds. Green light hits Voldemort, he falls. Eyes empty, dead. Finally, completely, forever. Silence, absolute. Then cheering, screaming, crying. Victory, the war is over. Voldemort is dead. The wizarding world is free. Epilogue, September 1st, 2017, platform 9 3/4, minus 19 years later. Dudley Dursley stands on platform 9 3/4. His wife Eleanor beside him, Muggle-born Ravenclaw, met during rebuilding, fell in love over shared trauma, married 2 years after the war, their children run ahead, 2 of them, Rose Lily Dursley, 15, 5th year, Gryffindor, named for Dudley's aunt, the woman who saved them all, through her sacrifice, through her love, James Cedric Dursley, 13, 3rd year, Hufflepuff, named for Harry's father, and Dudley's mentor, the boy who taught him what Hufflepuff really meant. They meet Harry's children, James Sirius Potter, 15, Gryffindor, Albus Severus Potter, 13, Slytherin, Lily Luna Potter, 11, starting today, cousins, growing up together, playing together, united, not divided, not separated by jealousy or resentment or fear, just family, real family. Dudley wears a Hufflepuff scarf, yellow and black, worn, faded, loved. His blackthorn wand rests in his coat pocket, smooth now. The veins faded, dark as obsidian, beautiful. The scar tissue transformed into strength, permanent, powerful, loyal. Harry approaches, flanked by Ginny. Their 3 children already on the train, windows down, shouting goodbyes. Harry grins. Still wearing the scarf? Dudley grins back. Earned it, didn't I? You did. 7 years of earning it. They watch the children, playing, laughing. No prophecies hanging over them, no dark lords threatening, no wars to fight. Just childhood, real childhood. Magic used for joy, not survival. Hermione joins them, Minister of Magic, elected 3 times, reformed the entire system, Muggle-born Rights Act, Werewolf Integration Act, Goblin Autonomy Charter, House Elf Liberation Law, everything they fought for, real, implemented. Working, she looks at Dudley. How's the teaching? Who teaches care of magical creatures? The survivors, teaching the next generation. Good. The students are eager. No war to prepare for, just learning for its own sake. Hermione smiles. Must be nice, just in case. Always prepared. That's the Hufflepuff way. Ron joins them, Auror, head of magical law enforcement, with Harry as his deputy, brothers in arms. Still, always. Everyone ready for another year. Harry nods, ready as will ever be. In the distance, an elderly woman watches. Petunia Dursley, 83 years old. Hair white, face lined, but present. Always present. For every September 1st, for every goodbye, for every hello, she holds a photograph, Lily and herself, age 11, smiling. Sisters. Before everything changed, she whispers, words carried away by steam and crowd noise, but words that matter nonetheless. I kept my promise, Lily. I didn't let them be alone. They had each other, and they saved the world. Heart attack, peaceful, in his sleep. His last words to Dudley. I'm proud of you, son. Your mother was right. Magic didn't ruin you, it saved you, and you saved us all. The train whistle blows. 5 minutes, the children board. One last round of hugs, one last round of advice. Harry to James. Remember, it's our choices that show who we truly are, not our abilities. Hermione to Rose. Learn everything, question everything, never stop being curious. Dudley to both his children, be kind, be brave, be loyal. Everything else will follow. Waving from windows, faces pressed against glass, excited, nervous, ready. The train begins moving, slowly at first, then gathering speed, faster, faster, until it curves around the bend, disappears, gone. For another year, Harry and Dudley stand together, watching the empty track, side by side, brothers, not by blood, by choice. By 7 years of choosing each other, by standing together when the world demanded they stand apart. Dudley speaks. Do you ever think about how different things could have been? Harry considers, every day, but I don't regret how things turned out. Do you? Not for a second. Pause. Sometimes I think about that alley. The day Piers had the bottle. What would have happened if I'd let him cut you? You'd still be Big D. I'd still be the freak in the cupboard, and Voldemort would have won. You think so? I know so. You saved me that day. Not from Piers, from myself. From accepting that I deserved to be hurt. You showed me someone cared, even if you didn't know it yet. Dudley's voice is thick. I'm glad I stepped in. Me too. They turn, walk toward the barrier. Back to the Muggle world, their wives chatting, Hermione and Ginny discussing ministry policy, Eleanor and Ron arguing about Quidditch. Normal, peaceful, safe. Dudley looks at his hands, same hands that punched a troll, that killed a basilisk, that humiliated Lucius Malfoy, that protected 50 students, but also the hands that beat Harry as a child, that took his toys, that made him suffer. The contrast, the journey, the transformation. He's proud of who he became, but never forgets who he was. The guilt remains, transformed, like the Blackthorn wand, into something useful, into motivation, into purpose. Petunia joins them, moving slowly, 83 years old, but smiling. They're off. Harry nods. Another year, another adventure. She looks at both of them. Her nephew, her son, the boys she raised, one through obligation turned love, one through love tested by magic. The men they became, heroes, teachers, fathers, brothers. Lily would be proud of both of you. Harry's eyes glisten. You think so? I know so. She wanted you to be happy, to be loved, to be safe. You are all three. She looks at Dudley. And you, my boy. You became the man I always hoped you'd be. Kind, strong, protective. Her voice softens. Everything your father couldn't teach you, everything I couldn't teach you, you learned anyway. Through choice. Through Harry. Through magic. Dudley embraces her. Carefully. She's fragile now. Bones brittle, spirit strong, but body failing. Thank you, Mum, for choosing us, for choosing magic, for choosing love over fear. She pats his back. Thin hand, gentle. Thank you for giving me a reason to choose, for showing me that magic isn't the enemy. Fear is, and love conquers both. They separate. Petunia looks at the barrier, then back at the empty platform, where the train departed, where another generation begins their journey. I won't be here next year. The words hang. Harry starts to protest. She raises a hand. Don't. We both know it's true. I'm 83. I've had a good life, a long life, longer than Lily got. Her voice doesn't waver. I made my peace with her, in my dreams, in my prayers. In every September 1st, when I watched you two send your children off together, she smiles. She forgave me. I know she did. Because you forgave Dudley, and Dudley forgave himself. Forgiveness is the Evans legacy, not magic. Love. And choice, she takes Dudley's hand. Takes Harry's hand, joins them. Promise me something. They wait. Promise me you'll tell them, your children, about Lily, not the legend, the real girl, who burnt toast, who laughed too loud, who cried at sad movies, who loved her sister even when her sister couldn't love her back. Harry's voice is thick. I promise. And tell them about the choice, how Dudley chose differently, how people can change, how redemption is earned through action, not words. I promise. She releases their hands. Good. Then I can rest easy. They walk together, through the barrier, into King's Cross, into London, into the world, the magical world, the Muggle world, both theirs now, both home. One last look back at platform 9 3/4, hidden, secret, magical, where generations of wizards begin their journeys, where Harry began his, where their children continue theirs. The Evans bloodline didn't end with Lily. It endured, transformed, evolved, in Harry's courage, in their children's futures, in the world they built, together, in the legacy of choice, of love, of magic, not the magic of wands, the magic of choosing, to be better, to forgive, to protect, to endure, to love, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. 2 boys, 2 wands, 2 paths. One legacy, magic doesn't make you good. Choosing goodness despite your nature, that's the real magic. And Dudley Dursley, the boy who had every reason to stay cruel, who was raised to hate, who was taught that might makes right, chose differently. Every single day, for 7 years, and in doing so, gave Harry Potter something even more powerful than protection. He gave him a brother. He gave him hope. He gave him proof that people can change, that redemption is earned, that family is choice, not blood. That loyalty matters more than talent, that endurance outlasts flash, that Hufflepuffs win, not through power, through patience and love. Always love. Let us know what you'd like to see next. The end.